MastaMind Clique, Mr. Shifty, Young Menace.
What's up, YouTube? V-Dub LIFER. This is gonna be vlog number 1. So I'm gonna talk about what we're gonna do with the channel. Basically, it'll be a real quick vlog. I'm actually going to get some dinner right now, so I figured what better time to throw the camera on and just do this, right? So what we're gonna do with the channel is we're gonna focus on the Mark 6 Jetta platform for a while. I have a 2016 Mark 6 Jetta Sports, a facelift model. It's got a 1.8 turbo, and we're gonna do some conventional and non-conventional mods to it. There's some things that are available and some things that aren't available. There's some things that are available on the 2.0 platform that we're gonna adapt to this platform. One of those things being an HKS blow-off valve. I've already got a flange. We have a spooling turbo pipe kit, both charge and discharge, that's going on the car. We have a USP tear duct intake, cold air intake, it's going on the car. Burger Motorsports JB1 that's going on the car. I'm gonna source the HKS. It'll probably be from USP Motorsports. They've been pretty good to me on all my parts that I've ordered, so I'm gonna get a hold of them and probably order it. I'd like to get the black model. I don't know if they have it, but I'd like to get the black one because I think it'll hide better down in the engine compartment. It's going to be on the charge pipe going to the throttle body, so it's gonna be tucked kind of low on this car. But we're gonna end up doing some suspension work to it, exhaust work. I don't know if you can hear. A lot of these mods are already done, and we've done the video already. We've shot video for them, and we just have to go through post editing and get everything done up so that it looks good for you guys. And then we'll start releasing videos, like one at a time over the next few weeks. But basically, we're gonna see what we can eke out of this motor without, number one, completely just blowing apart the warranty, and number two, being able to drive into a California smog station in a few years when it's mandatory and pass smog. There's a lot of things that we deal with here in California that a lot of other places don't, and a lot of people would say, oh, just flash it, APR, Unitronic, like they all make, flashes for this vehicle's ECU, but, number one, it blows your warranty. It's gone. I don't care what anybody says, you can flash back to stock, they'll still flag you when you go to the dealership. So, and then you can't smog your vehicle with a tune here. They plug into the ECU, and when the ECU doesn't show factory mapping, then it's a whole number of things. They do a visual, they do an ECU check, and it's just a number of stuff that we don't want to deal with this project. And then the warranty, we'd like to keep the warranty intact, but that being said, we're still going to hook this car up. We're going to see how much boost we can push to it with the stock turbo. If we do any turbo upgrades, that's going to be absolutely the last thing that we do. At the most, we might slap on, like, say, the GTI turbo, even maybe a Golf R turbo. But to be fair, that's not going to happen right away, if it happens at all. These power plants can produce a good amount of power, and I think our biggest issue, in all fairness, my opinion, is going to be traction. So you can put as much power to the ground as you want to. If the wheels don't hook up, then it's pointless. It means nothing. So, and I can tell you that we have a few mods done already, and we flip the traction control light on pretty frequently in this car already. So that's going to be our biggest issue. So to combat that, we're going to do the normal stuff on there too. Eventually we'll have some pretty good tires, like some cup tires or something, and also we're going to do the transmission mount, the motor mounts, and we're going to try to stiffen it up a little bit. I'm not too concerned about ride. I'm known for having you know, cars that are just slammed on the ground anyway. So, you know, having a rigid ride or a bumpy ride, or even transmitting some of those vibrations back into the cabin, that really doesn't matter to me too much. It is my daily driver, but I like that sportier feel anyways, and so does my wife. She doesn't mind. So other than that, that's what we're going to focus on. For the future, we have a Mark 7 GTI that's a friend of mine's that we can work on, that if he wants to do work on it, we're definitely going to film it. There's already some mods in the way of interior stuff on his car that we're going to do, and I'm going to film it when we do it. But as far as, like, you know, motor work, stuff like that, he's probably not going to get too deep into it, but if he does, we'll definitely film it. Buddy of mine right now is looking for either an Audi or a BMW. He was really wanting an A4 wagon. Doesn't know if it's going to work for him. If it does, it does, and we'll definitely be doing stuff to that. If it doesn't, then he'll end up with a BMW. And to be fair, there's a lot of mods for BMWs too. So if he wants to do mods on that, we'll definitely be, you know, hooking that up with some video too. I personally own a Mark 5, also Jetta. I've had it for a while, so it's got a lot of stuff done to it. It's a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated motor. So there isn't a lot, you know. Tuning doesn't get you very much, exhaust doesn't get you very much. It's really about suspension and interior and stuff like that. I'll probably eventually do some stuff on there just to give you guys some good content on how to do some stuff on a Mark 5, some custom stuff. Other than that, we got a couple motorcycles. We have a few motorcycles actually. We have an R6 project right now, Yamaha R6 project that we're doing. It's a complete super stock build. We're gonna shoot for AMA spec, Moto America spec, super stock 600. So that's in the works, and we are currently doing a cafe conversion on a CB, an old Honda CB. So we'll have some of that coming in, and that's a complete frame up job on the Honda. And to be fair, it's a complete frame up job on the R6 also. But you know, other than that, we're gonna stick to the Volkswagen stuff primarily. We'll give you some vlogs every now and then. We'll give you some random content. You know, like the motorcycles and possibly the BMW. I've got a BMW X5 also. I've been thinking about doing some stuff to it, so you know, I might have some stuff on there too. He's thinking about getting an X5 also. So if he ends up with an X5, then we'll have a couple X5s that we can, you know, do some mods to. There's a lot of stuff for the X5s, for the BMW in general. But other than that, I'm pretty much here to get my food, so I'm gonna call it a wrap. And just tell me what you think. You know, hit the subscribe button. Check out what we have coming. Post your comments down in the bottom, and let us know what you want to see. We're fully open to taking recommendations on what you want to see. This is not your typical platform that people work on, you know. It's not a GLI, it's not a GTI. It just does happen to be a turbocharged Jetta Volkswagen that's not a GTI or a GLI. So we're gonna adapt everything that we can onto this car because we can do that. And if you got any suggestions, just post them down below, and we'd be happy to look over them. And you never know, maybe somebody says, hey, do this or this, and we're like, screw it, we're gonna do it, man, and we'll do that video for you. But other than that, that's where we're headed with this. So, you know, like I said, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think.